Hello there. Hello. I'm not sure it's a daily check-in. I don't know. Ever since I had the recalibration, I don't know, I've kind of not been as interested in doing this, as in sharing my feelings via a video on YouTube. But I guess after 60 days or something, or whatever it was, kind of get into a habit of it. And when interesting stuff kind of starts to happen, it's like, who do I tell? My YouTube, of course. So yeah, I don't know if it's a daily check-in. Well, whatever it is. So yeah, some interesting things been happening. Tomorrow will be a week since my calibration meditation, and I felt to have another week before another coaching session. So it's like, 2 weeks in between coaching sessions. The birds are going insane today, are going bonkers. There's like all these currawongs going everywhere. There's like really loud birds. It's going off today. Some interesting things. Last week, can't remember if I spoke about it, but last week, I may have. Doesn't matter. Last week, I had. Oh, the husband was like, we need. This bird just flew over. We need. We don't have any money in our bank. We have got private health insurance that's meant to be direct debited on the whatever date it is, but we don't have the money in our account for it. And then the husband was like, hello, come on, but at the same time was like, our current situation is not sustainable. And because I was like, well, the kids have got a little bit of money, we could just take out of there just for the moment, just to get us through. And he was like, that's not sustainable. As in like, hello, can someone please do something to bring some money in? And I was like, I'm trying. I'm doing everything that I can. I'm following my intuition. I'm doing everything that I possibly can. I'm going through this super intense recalibration or calibration of energy. It's intense, like it's full on. Meant to say that, but I'm doing everything I can. And normally I'd feel really guilty, and normally I would try and figure out how I can, what I can sell. What can I do? I need to do something, and kind of go into a bit of a frenzy and end up not actually doing anything. And this time I was like, I'm good. I'm doing everything. And also the other normally is that I would go, like maybe I'll just get a job, as in maybe I'll just find something that can give us money. I'll just find something. I'll go work at an op shop, or have you seen the supermarket workers who do the shopping shopping for the online orders. I could do that. I could just go around the supermarket doing the shopping repeatedly for other people. I could do that. Easy. I do it every Thursday for us, for our family. I could do that. Easy. But this time I was like, no, I'm doing everything that I can. I'm doing everything I can. And then might have been Saturday? I don't know. Some point over the weekend, we'll say. I was looking online at Instagram and came across a friend of mine whose husband has started a gym not that long ago. Well, he's been gymming for a long time in his sort of garage, a long time, and has now spread his wings to open a gym, like a proper, but I think it's a little bit different, as in it's not like you can just nick in. I don't know exactly, but he's not just a personal trainer. He's like an exercise physiologist or something, and he's like, it's professional, like it's very professional. And so I was like, I wonder if they're looking for like customer service or something. I can message or social media. I'm wondering if they're looking for either of those things. And so I messaged my old hairdresser, who is the partner of the guy who's opened the gym. I was like, is there any chance? And it's so weird because I was like, I'm not even gonna try and get a job. And yet I felt guided to do that. And then I was like, I wonder why. And the why doesn't matter, right? The why will come in good time. But it doesn't stop the old brain kind of ticking over and things. So yeah, I was like, I wonder if I wonder. And my friend came back and she was like, I think he already has someone on social media, but potentially customer service. So yeah, I'm still kind of waiting, but it was interesting that I was like, no, I'm not even like putting it out there to get a job, and then I was guided to do that. So that was interesting. We shall see. Watch this space. Yesterday the group, the deaf facility group that I am sort of a spokesperson for at school, blew up completely. Someone, one of the parents messaged about some schools in the area that teach Auslan as part of their curriculum, and I was like, yeah, there's quite a few, especially in this area. Like, there's one just across the road. There's one literally across the road from us. But it doesn't have any other kids, or it might have one or two deaf kids, not 19. So yeah, there's I think 3 other than the one across the road, mainstream schools that teach Auslan in the area. and they're just the limited ones I know of. One of the mums from hockey on Friday night was a mum, is a lady who teaches at one of these schools near us, and she said that the principal is fluent in Auslan, and her brother is deaf, and so she sees the benefits of the school learning Auslan. And so it just blew up, as in like, why is our school not doing it? We're a deaf facility school, and yet we're not doing it. It's ridiculous. And then a whole lot of other things sort of came up. And there's a lot of change going on. There's a lot of change that has been going on at school for the last year and a half. We've had a change in the way that the staff support our kids. There's been a change in the staff, because 2 of the staff have unfortunately left. One to be a mummy, to concentrate more on mumming and just kind of doing bits and bobs of support work, like teacher CRT work as and another one, excuse me, I'm tired, and then another one, she lives way away, and was doing a lot of driving, and so she left, and she'd been with our school for like 15 years and was the heart and soul of our deaf facility. And so this year, and it's been a struggle. They've not been able to find someone to replace those 2 ladies, and it's been a struggle. It's been a big hole to fill, unfortunately. And then change in supports over the past year. There's been a big change in the way in which the supports were structured, so to move away from more of a exclusion type model to more of an inclusion model, which is why we sent our kids to the school, so that they could learn inclusively with mainstream kids. Like, it's the whole reason we sent our kids there. And I think we've kind of had a bit of a freak out between the old model and the old way that things were being done, and the new way. And so when the principal, getting to it, I met with the principal this morning, and he talked me through all this stuff, and it kind of went from, my understanding of things went from very much from what is the school doing to support our kids to I get it. And so kind of being the bridge of change. The bridge of change for our group. The bridge of change. So yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. It's interesting. It's interesting because one of the mums is very inclusion orientated, and yet I think because the old structures, they're in grade 6, I think because the old structures had been there, or the old model had been there for such a long time. Geez, the birds are loud today. The old model had been there for such a long time, or they'd been through that for such a long time, that you just kind of get stuck, right? Not stuck in a, I'm stuck and how do I get out of this, but stuck in a, I'm so used to the way things are that when things change, it's a big shock, and I don't like it. I don't like it. And so yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. Interesting being the bridge of change. Yeah. And then also this morning, so I had sat down, had half an hour meeting with the principal, and then I was talking to the other lady, the other representative of the deaf facility, and telling her, updating her on all this stuff, and had a missed phone call from Victorian College of the Deaf, and I was like, what in that? Well, I assumed, because when we were in there last, we were talking with them about the potential of Leah being a part of their choir, their signing choir, to be a part of the Victorian Schools Spectacular, something along those lines. The words might be around the other way, but the Victorian Schools Spectacular. Yup. So yeah, they were calling to say, hey, does she want to be a part of it? And there's a lot of rehearsing. It's a lot. I don't think she needs that much, but and I was beyond excited, beyond. Like, I almost considered going back. I mean, I was just sitting at school sitting outside of school, talking to the two lots of people, and then I was like, do I go back in and say to her, oh my god, you're going to be part of the State School Spectacular, whatever it's called. Oh my god, I could not wait to see her tonight. Pick her up from school. I never yawned this much. Oh, excuse me. Beyond excited, and then I was having a look at the kids, and because I was thinking, it'd be really great to be at Brighton Primary and to receive the supports that they're offering, but also to be sort of a part of the Victorian College of the Deaf, for the community and stuff. And then they called. So that's cool. That's a new development. Yeah, so that's exciting. That'll be, I can't wait to tell her. I can't wait to tell her, actually. I feel like all the stuff from last week, is just kind of, it's like, I don't know, it's a new week. All the stuff, I mean all the, like, the stuff relating to Lucy, the stuff relating to the movie Lucy, and just deepening feelings of connection with everything, and like body transformation and stuff. I don't know, it's like, I also just been feeling like since the calibration, just some things have been a bit different, as in, like, normally when I'm lying in bed getting ready for energy, so if I wake up, so like this morning I wake up at 3 o'clock, I think it was, because our rabbit was having a spack in the middle of the night, and making a whole lot of noises. He's fine. He was just having I don't know, he was thumping his foot. Not sure why yet, but he was thumping. And then the flow-on effect. Even though Leah doesn't have her cochlears on at night, she had a nightmare. She woke up having had a nightmare, and she was really loud with her having had a nightmare. So I signed to her that it's alright and blah blah. She needs to take herself through this process that we sort of used to take the kids through. To help with her nightmare. And then my eldest woke up, and because of her, my eldest woke up, and then I had to give him Nurofen because he had a sore head, and Anyway, so did mum life things, and went back to bed, and would normally have kind of got into my energy receiving position. So normally it's like that mudra with both hands on my thighs, so like that, both sides. But that doesn't feel right anymore. It doesn't feel right. And so I kind of lie there a bit like, I don't know what to do now, because that doesn't feel right, but I don't really know, like, I'm not sure what the next thing is. I'm not sure what the next section is. So that's interesting, like interesting to observe. And the same kind of thing happens with my art, I go through a stage of using a specific modality, and then that modality, I kind of get bored with it, and it's like, okay, on to the next. And then there's kind of a little process of, I'm just not sure what to use right now. And then another one will kind of show up, or I'll be at the art shop and it'll be like, ooh, markers, ooh, Poscas, ooh, whatever. And then I'll use that until I get bored. That's my process. So yeah, so it's interesting to be not knowing what's next. Doesn't feel as if the energy is as intense as it was last week. I guess, as I'm being calibrated to the new energy. The principle this morning seemed to be really two parts to it. I seemed to know my shit and not be afraid to speak. I really knew my shit. So there's one point where we were talking about speech therapy and how it's just not really working with our current speech therapist, who's been there for like 20 years. So she works for an external company but comes in to support, to have sessions with the kids. Excuse me. And I was like, there's about 1/3 of all of our deaf facility kids, families, who have taken their kids out of the service, who are not using the school's service, who are using an external speech therapist, which is like part of the whole point, part of the supports that are offered, part of the draw cards of having your kid at Brighton Primary, at a deaf facility school, is that there is a speech therapist who comes and does speech at school with your child, so you don't have to do that after school or around school. So I was like, there's about 1/3, and this was just coming to me, 1/3 of the kids, families, who are not using the school speech therapist. You've got probably about another 1/3 who are currently unhappy with the services. And then you've got another 1/3 who are either not bothered, not considered it, or the kid is just like, I don't want to change. I'm not necessarily happy with the speech, as in the parent, I'm not actually happy with the speech therapist, but the kid doesn't want to change. Like it's, yeah, and I was just like, I was really good at vocalizing. There's a butterfly just come and sat in front of me. I was really, sometimes you can get a little bit locked up with your speech, and it was good. It was pretty good, pretty darn good, to be honest. Just, tooting my own horn. tooting my own horn. And because I knew what I was talking about and I was open and receptive, he was the same. So I was like, the more that we're being open and honest with him, the more that he'll be open and honest with us. That's all you can do. Trust. I never yawn on these things. Never. It's not like I didn't sleep last night. It was a good sleep. It has been a big morning. So yeah, maybe I don't know, maybe these won't be check-ins anymore. Maybe they'll, one last thing. I've been feeling to make videos for a good while. And I did make videos for a while there. As I spoke about maybe in my last video, maybe in the video before, through Procreate. But I was watching, my husband put on some app through the TV that you can play music, not just play music through, but it's got the words on the screen, and some of them have the words on the screen and others have the music video, the actual video as you're listening. And sorry, I just need to, oh god. Part of it's the sun as well. It is glorious. Cloudy but glorious. And so we were watching this music video, and I had all these ideas for making videos, and it was really cool. It was just, I don't know, something clicked, something inspired, something was there. Something. Yeah. So that was kind of cool. That was cool. You know, when you feel like something like that's a bookmark. Got to bookmark that shit. So I bookmarked it. Yeah, just bookmarking stuff at the moment. I think that's it.